Yeah, I like that.
Sweet. Four over sixth thing. Do that, but we're not down there yet. But
Yeah, I like that.
that's a 1.
Okay.
Well,
Can you name the chords when you do them?
you want me
When
to say
you
them
say
out
that-
loud?
Just name the like, it would be like the 4 chord or the 3
Yeah,
chord.
numbers. I'm thinking of a 1 over 3 there,
Okay.
right? Because 1 over 3, so with a 7 on top. Now I'm hearing the next step all the time. So I'm on a 1 over 3, and I'm going to go to a 2 and do. Da, so right.
That's it.
And that,
Yeah.
because I play so like thematically all the time, I'll probably go down to a 1 and go da na na on a 5 maybe
That's still a 2 there?
What?
Was it 2?
Yeah, 2. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
2. Did I already do a 6 on?
That's a 6?
Yeah. Sorry. I don't think I can physically get to the 1, even though I want to do that. Yeah. That's what I'm wanting. Even though it would have that 6 of the chord, but the 13 of the chord. Now I'm going to make that a 2. That's physically extremely difficult, but that's what I want. And I'll go to a 4. Okay, apparently I've run into the edge of my physical abilities here. If I were in a different key. 5. Sorry. 6.
Yeah.
2. 1 with a 5 in the top.
Yeah. When you said the 3 instead of a minor, said to play a major dominance 3 chord. What was that?
All right, yeah. So dominant 3 would be a 5 of 6. So we'll talk about secondary dominance very soon. But if I'm here's my 6, right? Its 5 would be the 3. So if I turn it into any sort of dominant chord, it serves as what's called a secondary dominant. It's in other words, instead of just 5-1, right, or 5-1, instead of just that, I could have a 5 of any chord. But I figure before we go into all the possibilities there, that the one I think that you would like the most is 5 of 6. So I could work, or so I could work that into a sentence, So here I'm on my 4 chord, 2 chord.
Yeah.
One. Now I'm going to go to a 6, but I'm going to go the long way. 6. And I'm hearing.
Was a 5 there?
I'll explain that. We'll save that one for another week. I'm doing a 2, 5 to 4.
Okay.
The two of the 4 chord and the 5 of the 4 chord, and then to the 4 chord. But I went to this inversion. Still a 4. 3.
Yeah.
3. 6. So say I'm going to go to a 2. I do it's 5, which would be the 6. 5. 5 of 4 would be the 1.
You lose me there. 5 of 4.
We'll have a whole week of just secondary dominance there. Okay. But for now, if you wanted one that you would dig, I think all the time, knowing you, it would be 5 of 6. So in other words, your 3 chord can become a dominant chord as you're going to a 6. Not that you have to go to a 6 then, but it's traditional use, not a rule, is that, right? So if I'm, here, back to, you may just play again and narrate.
Yes?
You're missing the 3rd. Your middle finger sounds and looks like it misfired, I think. Sorry, my phone is covering it up a little bit. That.
This?
Yeah. Turn it into a dominant. It doesn't have to be a dominant 7. It could just be major triad. So, I mean, you might actually dig that sound more. So, here. 4.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go to a 6 chord. I ended up playing the flat 7, but so. We'll talk about this. Why did I turn the 2 chord dominant? We'll talk about it another time. That's what I meant to play.
Yeah.
Weird 1 chord.
1?
It's a 1, yeah. But I've got the 6 in this like prominent place, so it's definitely a more. Let me get rid of this fingernail. Yeah, it's definitely a little more provocative of a sound, you know. A 6 will try to take over. A 6 of any chord will try to take over as the root. That's so you. If you don't mind that ambiguity, then go for it. If you want to guard against the ambiguity, then well, there are ways. But the interesting place to do a 6 is on the 6 chord, where it's a flat 6. I mean, that's clearly it's a 4 chord. It's inverted. It's like a 4 major 7, like a D shape, right? But major 7, and then, but let's face it, it kind of has 6-ish qualities. Well, look, now it's a 6. We'll talk. My tune. Thought I Could Save You. It's like a 4, exactly. And then it becomes a 2, and then anyway. But we'll make a larger thing about how to do this.
Yeah.
Like what's going on there? How do you manipulate the 6 in order to make an entire chord difference, right? Like I've actually literally here's my 1, and now it's really a 6 over 1. There's a 5. Now it's a 7. I mean, 7.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry, I don't know why I said that. It's a 3. I knew it as I'm saying it. It's wrong, like, but it's just such a 4, 6.
4. What do you mean 4?
We'll talk about it later. You know, for now, if you just want to memorize the shapes and don't worry about the whys. So here, I'm back in position 1, right? Four.
Yeah.
3. All right, let's go to this 4, and I'm going to play major 7. Notice it's like that, but I'm getting rid of that. That D cheeses it a little bit.
That's where you were supposed to go this week. You go to position number 2, continue the chords.
Maybe.
So
I don't think we should. I think you should stay in position 1 and just steal.
Okay.
All right. So here, position. Here's 4. We're in no rush. I mean, mastery is what we're at. So 4.
Exactly.
This is that same thing I was doing here, but for now you just wanted to memorize some examples of it. So 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
It's great. It's great.
It's 4. I mean, where do you start? Yeah.
By the way, hey.
4?
Back to that song, I Thought I Could Save You.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's right there in position 1. So, I thought I could save you. It's exactly what I was doing there. 6-9 as an alternate. I mean, this one you may dig or you may not. It has a. If you do it in this context where it's decidedly not old school jazz sounding, then it can sound really hip. It really has an old school. Has a real old school jazz sound to it.
Yeah.
You can. It sounds good on a 1 or a 4. By the way, I mean, just for now we don't even have to. The name actually doesn't work, make sense according to naming conventions, but it's just one of those regional dialects that everybody inherited because the fake book all had said C69, F69. So I would use that on a 1 or a 4 sometimes. So like 6.
Yeah. 4.
Yeah, 4. Sorry. So
4.
1. I'm going to.
That's a 4.
4. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Go back
3.
Go to the 1, keeping the same.
What's that?
You
Yeah, that. Oh, like keeping the same superstructure.
1,
yeah. 1. 4.
Yeah.
1. Just making this very 4. I'll keep it. It's 2.
Yeah.
1. 5.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's really okay. Since I'm insisting on this, it's really a 7 chord.
Yeah, it is. 6. Yeah.
So 6, right? So 6, 4, 1. Oh, sorry. 5, 6. It's 2.
Yeah.
3. I haven't played a whole lot of 3s today.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't go to 3 often either. I don't know why.
I write with them all. I mean, I think most people don't write with them.
Yeah.
But the few people, not few people, the people who do use them a lot because I think it's a magnificent color and it's a shame that people don't. What am I talking about? All right, so okay. Instead of instead of a 3, you might do a 1/3, which is actually kind of what I was doing earlier. I mean, it is what I was doing earlier.
Why do you call it a 1/3? So it's a 3, then you had the 1.
There's a 1 over the 3 of the scale, and I usually will refer to them in Nashville number terms, so that would be 1/3 regardless. It's 1 over its third.
Yeah.
But also in Nashville terms, Nashville number chart terms, it's 1/3. But a 4/6 would be its first inversion. 5/7 is kind of what we've been doing anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So 1/3 or 3,
where was the one there? The one was in the.
This. It's like a subset of.
You played the one on the IE.
Yeah, well, just as a moving melody note. It's more if you're talking about where's the root of that chord, where you're probably hearing it is. I mean, you'd have to be hearing it from there. I'm sorry. All right, I'll narrate. Sorry. 1, 3. Now I'm hearing a 4 with a third, and then it's third in the. All right. So I'm just gonna make a song out of that.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to 1 with a 3 in the top, 5 with this, and I really want a 4/6.
That's
I'm
nice.
gonna repeat that. Sorry.
That's beautiful.
And now I'm gonna take it to 6.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, just
it's kind of bassy down there. Let me go to the middle position. 4.
yeah.
Another exercise you can do is to play songs that exist. I mean, I know you're more interested in doing this where you're just making music, and I think over time you'll get to where you hear the chords and the melody at the same time, and you can engineer that. But at first, you don't even need to. Just get in there and play. But you know how if I go, you know what dots those are, or if I go. Sorry, that reverb is just making everything a mess, but, right, if I just play that, I mean, it's pretty, you know the dots that I'm playing there. You know that, you recognize pentatonic licks.
Yeah.
So when whoever plays them on an album, you're like, yeah, I see those dots plain as day in my head. And I think, that can happen here as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even though it's a little more complicated. So I'm thinking 4. So 4 still.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm thinking that 6/9 shape as my jumping off point. Dies from here. I could have gotten it here. I could do it there. Or whoops. Or
there's one thing I don't know why I had I was questioning myself. Like, I remember, like you showing me at first, like say the 1, the 3, the 5.
Yeah.
Like this. Say that the 1 would be on the B here. That will be 1, 1, 3, 5.
Yeah.
So when you go here, when you go on the second position, it's still 1, 5, 1, or you go like 1, 2, 3, or 1,
no.
2.
I would. The scale numbers are absolute. So in other words, when we're in a minor key, I would think of 6 as our main note.
Okay.
There's some value in also being. I think you should be able to convert it both ways, where you think of a minor key as 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7. But I think the greater value is. I mean, you'd be able to do both, but most of the time, I think you get a lot more benefit, especially as a writer, out of thinking of when you're in a minor key, 6 is the main note. So here, we're thinking here now, right? Like you were doing. 1, right? Now I'm going to play that same thing, but with a 4 chord. I see. Now let's do it with a 6 chord. Now here my 6 is. I've got to think of this D minor shape.
So you're like 6, 7, 1. So this here is always like the 2. You go 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
5,
yes,
6,
absolutely.
7.
Which means here it's 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, yeah.
And here's my 2 chord.
Yeah, it always goes from the root, and then you all the way up to anywhere you can keep counting, so you'll never.
So I'm just thinking
I
too.
was thinking, well, when you go like on rooting from the A string, you'll still like go like, but no, it doesn't work. Yeah, so it's 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, you miscounted somewhere.
Okay.
You were
1, 2, 3.
Wait, say it. Start over. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you're on position
7,
1 now.
1, 2, 3,
yes.
4, 5, 6.
Well,
7,
you skipped something. You skipped something.
Hey?
You skipped a note.
Yeah, I did, eh?
Yeah.
6,
Those are
4, 5,
6, 7, 1, 2, 3.
No, 2, 3, 4.
4. You skipped that 4. That G string 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2.
2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. No.
Yeah. 7, 1, 2.
7, 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to keep playing, or you got enough?
Huh?
You got enough?
Enough of what?
Of this playing? So I'm thinking 4.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. Did you record?
Crap. Physically, I'm hearing like a 1/3. Let's keep it going with a 2.
Seven, 6.
Yep. 4/6. I could have gone.
Yeah, because I see the 6 on top, so that for me it's like the 6, but it's yeah, I see it.
I could have done a 6.
This is 4 over 6.
Huh?
This
4
is
over 6.
4
Yeah.
over 6.
Notice it's like a C shape. C over E shape. Right?
Yeah.
C, but if you lift that. Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, look, every song you ever hear is right there too. You know what I mean? I mean, name a song that you like that I've heard.
Oh my God, I don't know. Even rock songs, every I mean, they all.
Right. I mean, the melody there is very basic, you know, but I'm thinking, I'm processing the melody and then the chords separately, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, every song you hear is right there, and especially once you learn what other chords sound like, you know. Well, for starters, what secondary dominants sound like. Then you might recognize those. So like if we play a song with a bunch of secondary dominants, so Georgia, the holder, and so then I would say I think there's a 2, 5 to 4. So and then I think a minor 4 chord. Just an old sweet song. Probably dominant or keeps Georgia on my mind. Probably, let's do 3, 6, 2, 5. Or let's do a tritone sub.
What do you mean when you say a dominant chord? What's
Oh, you know what? Just an old sweet song. we'll talk a lot more about secondary dominants. Just the non-diatonic sounds all have a certain flavor that you'll learn to recognize. As soon as you use them with your hands a bunch, you'll get to where you recognize their sound. It's like recognizing cinnamon in food. It's like, boom, I know that sound. You know, it's just something that will be immediate, that you won't have to sit there and measure. If anything, the non-diatonic sounds are easier, or at least a lot of them are easier to recognize than the diatonic ones, which aren't that hard anyway. But, I mean, they take some getting used to, but you'll get to where you just recognize them. But
is there charts of the like say charts with numbers so I can
I could make one. I was just playing from the sound in my head, but I mean, because I mean that something like that tune is pretty. It's made of pre-existing tricks.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, Bach did most of it anyway. You know, I don't think he did 2/5 to 4. He didn't land on a dominant 4 chord very often, probably. But yeah.
But what is a dominant chord? I mean, why do you call it a dominant chord?
Wait, well, you remember that, right? I mean, I know it's been a while, but
it's all probably written it somewhere.
Well, but written doesn't mean anything. If it's written, that means the answer is no.
Exactly.
Root 3/5 flat 7.
Hey, what was that?
Root 3/5 flat 7. We need to go back over that. It's apparently, yeah. We need to get you back up to speed on that stuff. We need that.
Yeah.
We need it going forward.
The major is 1, 3, 5, 7.
Major 7, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the 1 and 4 chords naturally would be major 7 chords.
Yeah, those are
And then the 5 chord would naturally be a dominant 7. And then the other ones would be minor 7, except the 7 chord, which is half diminished 7. Minor 7 flat 5 is the way the old books, the old real and fake books say. And then those also become important for the ability, because you'll want to sometimes turn them into other things. So like sometimes that 4 chord comes around and you might want it to be whoops. You might want it to be anyway.
See, man, it's so easy for you.
Well, no, it's not. Well, it's just through you. If you think about things the right way, they're all really simple. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you go to learn something from somebody and they say, "Well, it's really complicated," just don't listen to the person.
No.
It's like scales, right? When we learned scales, I wrote down one side of one sheet of paper, and that's it. Unless you want to get into weird stuff.
Yeah. No.
You don't ever need anything, and frankly, it doesn't take nearly the entire one side. So people selling you scale books is because they don't understand the topic.
Yeah.
They don't understand it well enough to be teaching you.
Yeah.
And chords are I've got a sheet that is every possible. It's every chord that exists on one side of one sheet of paper. If you understand that one, it's basically you memorize triads, you memorize seventh chords. You got to memorize those. Those are just axiomatic. You can't account for them because the names are pretty arbitrary. And then you learn how extensions work, what 9, 11, and 13 mean, and the fact that they are sort of inclusive of all lower extensions, right? So if I say 11, it's got a 9. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But and then you learn what sus, add, and alt mean, and that's it. That's chords.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you want me to practice this week?
Steal stuff from this video.